What's up, Brooklyn Squad? Once again, we are back with another video. How you know? How are you? I just uploaded another live for tomorrow too, and I'm not done. Gonna be busy week, like always. Welcome to Brooklyn Squad, real life drama, but real life crimes is the drama. Yes, it is. It's always drama out there in them streets, honey. Let me tell you, they unalive in these babies. You got these monsters, creatures called parents. My hair is falling out. Walking around doing these crazy things, and it is not cool. And we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get into these things because, baby, if you ain't never hear it nowhere else, you're going to hear it right here on Brooklyn Squad Real Life Crimes, okay? So I'm going to wait to see if a few people want to join, and if not, we're going to dig right in. Let me see here. And this is a very sad case. I'm just finding out about this case. I would say yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. And this little girl, she did not deserve this. But what makes me so aggy and frustrated and unsure of a lot of things is parenting. Now, I'm not a perfect parent. I never said I was. But what I will not do is physically, emotionally, mentally harm a child, my child, or any other child intentionally. And I say physically, emotionally, spiritually also. Okay? Intentionally. Won't happen. It won't. But it's happening out there. And it's happening a lot. And I want to talk about it, okay? I want to get into some things because a little girl is no longer here. Because it's happening. Because not only because it's happening, because when it happened and when it was aware that it was happening, where agency was aware of it was happening, she wasn't saved. She wasn't taken out and put into another home in a better situation. She was still held in that demonized home. And now they got a bigger situation. And it's messed up. It's so foul. And it's hurtful that she didn't get to live her life. 8 years old? Geesh. What grade was she in? She didn't even go to a junior high school yet. Didn't go to a prom. Nothing. Nothing. It's a sad thing, and it's a sad world. It's a sad world we live in. But the saddest thing is, it's getting worse. It's getting worse. So, we're going to talk about this case, and I'm going to do a few other uploads about some other cases. So far, I did two. We got one tomorrow at 2:30, one tomorrow at, I think I put 7 or 8 o'clock, but I'm going to do another one between those like I did today, or I might just leave it like that and just put the other one the next day. I'm waiting for a woman to come through to see if I still have this interview on Friday. Matter of fact, let me message her to see while I'm waiting for y'all to get y'all butts in here. If not, the show must go on, honey. Okay. Let me see here. Ooh, what did I do? Ooh, oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Channel, please. Okay. And I just saw another case that I'm going to be talking about. So, yeah, it's crazy. Sad. Oh, I should have wrote that down. I should have wrote the little girl down. Damn it. Hold on. Let me write her name down, this little girl that I want to cover this week. Justice for... Okay. Oh, okay. Her last name. Ooh, that's a deep last name. Because, honey, my nose are just... Um, I also want to cover... What the fuck? Okay, y'all. We're gonna give her one more minute because we didn't give it 10 minutes already, okay? And then we're gonna let the show begin. And it's not even a show, it's the horror affliction in this movie, okay? The horror affliction begin. Because I know y'all busy. Okay. So I'm gonna just go on right here. 8 years old, Sayra, I think I'm saying her name right. 8 years old, Sayra Barrows. Say her name right. Where was this located? So this happened in Georgia. Georgia. Okay. We have an 8 years old whose stepmother beat her to death. Okay. Her father allowed this to happen. He allowed the stepmother to beat this little girl, harm this little girl physically and emotionally, while he sat there and called his 8 years old daughter a demon, a devil. She's possessed. The only people possessed, baby, is you. Is you and your wife. They did not only terrorize and beat this little girl with their hands, but with a wooden rolling pin. Y'all, a wooden rolling pin. Child Welfare Agency received many complaints about this. Hey, Katie, baby. Yes, honey. Yes, they received many complaints about this. And now, because they did nothing, two of them is fired, as they should be. They actually should be in jail with the mama, with the stepmama, and the daddy. Okay? It says, 2 months before 8 years old, Sayra Barro's stepmother allegedly beat her to death with a wooden rolling pin. Georgia's Child Welfare Agency received complaints that her father called her a demon. But the State Division of Family Children's Services closed that case, which included allegations as the stepmother bruises all over this child. Now, DFS says that the complaints were mishandled. They fired both social workers who reported no evidence of abuse, and the supervisor just signed off on it. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. Now, Sierra's stepmother, Natalie Barro, 34, remains in Gwinnett County Jail without bond. Good, she don't have no bond. Charged with neglect and murder, felony murder, aggressive assault, cruelty to a child, and first degree. According to police on January 30th, she struck her stepdaughter 10 to 20 times with a rolling pin, including on the top and back of her neck. The little girl's father, who's 37, also jailed with bond hearing scheduled Wednesday. Why are they giving him a bond hearing schedule? He left his own daughter in this monster's house, and he knew she was beating his daughter. Why y'all giving him bonds? What's up with that? But y'all gonna give him a bond? Y'all done lost y'all damn mind. He's just as guilty as his wife. Arrest warrant accused him of knowledge his daughter was being abused. Exactly. But leaving her in the care of his wife anyway. Then not seeking medical help before the child unalived. He is charged with murder in the second degree, cruelty to a child in the second degree. So my thing is this. If y'all know all this, right? If y'all know that he left this little girl in the care of his wife while his wife was beating the heck out of this little girl with a rolling pin and then didn't get medical attention, why are y'all giving him a bond? The real question is, was the child's death preventable? Says State Margaret, a longtime child protective advocate and member of the House Juvenile Justice Committee. It looks like the death was preventable. DFC records show more light on what happened January 30th, saying the beating started this morning because the little girl wasn't eating correctly, which was the starting of her spanking. Records show the little girl didn't die immediately, with the stepmother laying her across a bed. The little girl says, I didn't feel well. When the girl started to turn white, the stepmom called her husband, who instructed her, pray over her, and everything will be okay. Natalie then called the priest from Nigeria before calling the emergency help. 2.5 months earlier, the agency had been told terrible things might happen to this little girl. The record provided to the team are heavily redacted, with dozens of pages entirely blackout. But the documents show that in mid-November, someone warned DFCS about Sayra's stepmother allegedly harming her. It's not clear who made the complaint or how he or she knew the family, but they did call anonymously and warn them. The tipster said that the father stated the child had two personalities and was causing problems with his current marriage due to her being born out of wedlock. According to the allegations, the father referred to the child as a demon child and admitted that the stepmother loses her cool and disciplines the child inappropriately, causes bruising. There has been children who have been beaten to death both in the United States and UK, certainly in Africa, because the family thought that they were possessed. Who writes about a child welfare issues in Substack.com? I don't know what that was. We have to ask, do our case managers really understand the significant importance, significant danger when a parent or step parent says their child is a demon? And I'm going to stop there for a minute. What is wrong with these people? Baby, I don't know. But let's see what the news got to say.
We have new developments tonight in the death of an 8-year-old Gwinnett County girl allegedly beaten to death with a wooden rolling pin. Police have charged the girl's father and stepmother with murder.
But the Fox 5 I-team has learned the state's child protection agency found some of the blame lies within its own ranks. I-team reporter Johnny Edwards obtained the case file and discovered the agency received a complaint about this family months before the killing. Johnny?
That's right. And the case files show apparently not enough was done. The records we received from the Division of Family and Children's Services have been heavily redacted, with dozens of pages entirely blacked out. But what we did learn, DFACS fired 2 of its workers, a case manager and her supervisor, as a result of Sayra Barro's death.
Good.
You have 4 felony charges.
A Gwinnett County couple charged with killing their own child. Arrest warrants accuse 34-year-old Sayra Barros of beating her stepdaughter to death with a wooden rolling pin, striking her 10 to 20 times. The girl's father, 37-year-old Claudia Barros, accused of knowing his daughter was being abused, but leaving her alone with his wife anyway. Then, failing to get the girl medical help before she died January 30th. But the Fox 5 I-team has learned state child protection services had also been told of something terrible happening to 8-year-old Sayra Barros, pictured here with her funeral announcement. And that complaint, handled so poorly, 2 state social workers have been shown the door.
The real question is, was this child's death preventable? And of course, in hindsight, it looks like this death was preventable.
The I-team obtained the case records from the State Division of Family and Children's Services. It turns out the agency had been warned 2.5 months before the killing of Sayra's stepmother allegedly harming her, saying she, quote, loses her cool and disciplines the child inappropriately, causing bruising. The heavily redacted documents don't say who made the allegation, but the tipster apparently troubled after hearing the father say that Sayra, quote, had 2 personalities and was causing a problem within his marriage due to the child being born out of wedlock. Adding, quote, he referred to Sayra as a demon. Former DFACS director Tom Rawlings.
They had a tipster call in and try to save this little girl. When we say people stand up and say something, finally somebody stood up and said something, at least tried. And this freaking agency, these workers ignored it. Are they home beating their child with a damn wooden thing? The hell. Now, the father could have, the stepmother could have been jealous maybe. I don't know what's her problem, but they are in a cultural, I don't know how to say the word, but you could tell they live some type of cultural, calling the priest instead of the ambulance, praying over. Well, we pray anyway, but just certain things. You know what I'm saying? Their beliefs is different. But beating that baby like that is insane. Now the father saying she's causing trouble in my home. Sounds like to me the wife could have been a little jealous over a little girl. No, he said she's causing trouble in my marriage. It's crazy.
Says that should have triggered major scrutiny.
There have been children who have been beaten to death both in the United States and the UK and certainly in Africa because the family thought they were possessed. I think it's the kind of thing where we have to ask, do our case managers really understand the significant import, the significant danger when a parent or a step-parent says that child is a demon?
What's clear from the records, DFACS found major fault with how that earlier report on the family was handled. That prompted an internal review, which found a pattern of sloppy work by a case manager and her supervisor, ending with both of them fired. State Representative Mary Margaret Oliver,
Good, they should
a
be.
longtime child protection advocate, reviewed the DFACS records.
I think the investigation and the review seems to be leading towards a conclusion that the case should not have been closed that soon.
Closed after 38 days. The DFACS records also revealing, after that fatal beating, the stepmother called her husband when the girl started to turn white. The father, quote, instructed her to pray and everything would be okay. Adding, Natiela then called 2 priests from Nigeria before calling for emergency help.
I am glad to see that in this situation, after this child died, they went back and did a more thorough review of what was apparently a fairly new case manager's work.
An internal review looked for other cases closed prematurely, finding 3 that needed reopening, and, quote, safety concerns surrounding not speaking to parents to assess them, copying and pasting in the investigation summaries, and not fully assessing the caregivers. Caseworker Shatil Wingard and her supervisor, Alexandria Armand, fired on February 15th. Wingard had been on the job just 6 months.
I think that turnover rate and vacancy rates are very, very problematical. We need consistent caseworkers who are well trained, who stay with a child.
We reached out to the fired employees as well as attorneys for the defendants, but found no one willing to speak about the case. DFACS would only answer questions in writing, saying after that November complaint, the case manager interviewed family members and spoke to a family reference before deciding there was no evidence of abuse or neglect, and her supervisor signed off on closing the case. Both parents remain in the Gwinnett County Jail without bond. The father has a bond hearing scheduled next week.
Yeah.
Russ, Courtney?
Well, I don't know whether there was a demon involved in this, but it certainly was not Sayra. Now, when it comes to that earlier complaint, was there anything in police records or school records that showed who was concerned about this family?
Unfortunately, no. Gwinnett County would not provide any police records or 911 records. They said they don't have to because of the pending prosecutions. Gwinnett County schools also would not provide any information, citing student privacy.
Well, at any rate, that little girl should still be here today. It's just tragic.
That's right. She should be here today. The case manager documented that she found no evidence of abuse, neglect. Now, I think they had more than just her because it says, according to DF, DFC file, the child did not disclose her concern when investigated, but one of her siblings said the mother caused bruises by her style of discipline. So you had another child come to you on the low and say, my mommy caused my bruises too, and you did nothing? The case manager documents that she found no evidence of abuse or neglect in her assignment of the family. Her supervisor validated that decision by approving case closure on a system of records. In a few days after, though, the little girl's death, internal emails show DFC leader Wazzaro and one of the case managers who handled the earlier complaints and look at another case she was handling permitted DFC Deputy Commissioner to write a February 1st email, we need to resign this case immediately and take HR action on the employee. And that's when they were found and charged. Not charged, but fired. They should be charged. They should be charged. She would have been a troubled. She would have been a troubled child in school if she was the way she claimed she was. Exactly. I didn't think of that, Katie. Exactly. Let me see something. They reflect possibility turnover rates. They are worrisome. This is very, very difficult job. They're trying to prevent the death of children who are in the custody of mental ill people, drug addicted people, or people who are criminals, and that's a hard job. Well, you know what? Yeah, this might be a hard job, but do your damn job the right way. So it don't have to become a hard job, and it could become a very pleasant job for you to go home and say, I saved another child. Not, I got another child unalive. What the hell? What's wrong with these damn people? Sick, man. Don't make no damn sense. So, not only did a tipster call and say something, but the sibling also said something. Let's see if we can find oops. No. Uh-oh, child. Hold on. Damn. Okay. I want to see if they have oh wait.
Bipolar 1, I got help to push back.
I got help to push back.
For
First tonight at 5, a Gwinnett County woman appeared before a judge today, one day after police said
Finally,
she
she
killed her
appeared.
stepdaughter. Good evening, and thanks for being with us. I'm Jennifer Bellamy.
And I'm Faith Jesse, and this is actually a story we brought to you as breaking news yesterday. Tracy A. McPeer live at the county jail tonight. So, Tracy, the woman's arrest warrants that you received today include several disturbing details.
Exactly,
right.
Katie.
And right now, Sayra Barro is being held here at the Gwinnett County Jail. And yes, in those warrants, police claim she beat her stepdaughter to death with a rolling pin.
Do you know what that means for you? You're going to be here for a while, okay?
At her first court appearance this morning, 34-year-old Sayra Barro requested a court-appointed attorney and told the judge she's a stay-at-home mom. She's charged with cruelty to children in the first degree, aggravated assault, felony murder, and malice murder, with Gwinnett County Police claiming she beat her 8-year-old stepdaughter to death. Gwinnett Police Corporal Ryan Winderweedle says around 2:15 Tuesday afternoon, officers responded to a medical call at this house on Vine Springs Trace in Bethlehem. And inside, they found the 8-year-old girl's body.
The female was home with the child, and some kind of incident took place, which she called the father, who then came to the house. And I believe he's the one who called 911, and I believe started CPR. And then when the officers got there, the female, juvenile female, was already deceased at that time.
Arrest warrants claim Barros beat the victim with a wooden rolling pin 10 to 20 times, refusing to get her medical care afterwards, and the incident resulted in her death.
And it was 8-year-old. It's, sad. Nobody likes seeing or having to investigate that type of case.
Neighbors we talked to did not want to go on camera, but tell us the family was quiet and kept to themselves. They say they can't believe this happened on their street and that they're praying for this family. Now in court, the judge denied Barro's bond, so she'll be held here until at least her next court appearance. Now that date has not yet been determined.
First tonight at 5, a Gwinnett County woman appeared before a judge today.
What was that, a wooden rolling pin? Okay, monster. Gwinnett rolling pins. So are these right here Gwinnett rolling pins? And she said she seems like she don't give a damn. That's right. Yes, she does seem like she does not care at all. Those are things that you bake with, right? Imagine beating a child with that in the head and in her neck over and over and over and over again. And they have a metal one also, but she did it the wooden one. Those things are pretty heavy too. I mean, it's not anything like a light, like you're striking somebody in the head with that. Come on. And I'm pretty sure she used her hand too. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure she used her hand too. Hey, you know, I'm pretty sure she used her hand too. This is crazy. Crazy. Did you see this case, you know? Insane. Insane. Let's see the
so much
father.
clutter. When it comes to cleaning your Mac, SmartScan and Clean My Mac X knows best.
Well, new at noon, the father of an 8-year-old girl who was found dead in Gwinnett County this week
That's the
appeared in court
father.
this morning. He was not granted bond. We're talking about 37-year-old
Oh,
Barro
good.
is facing second-degree murder and second-degree child
Good.
cruelty charges in this case. So according to police, the girl's stepmother beat the child with a wooden rolling pin 10 to 20 times. She is also behind
Oh,
bars.
yes.
Arrest warrants allege the father was aware that this child was being abused. We are still digging into this case and the details of it. We'll have more for you coming up on 11 Alive News at 4.
Also, we are...
Okay, hold on. And when was that? That was, I don't know when that was, but you do now? Yeah, very sad. Oh, your son's there? Oh, okay. Go spend some time with your son, baby girl. You good? You know what I mean? Shit. Ouch. Yeah, go enjoy your visit with your son, mama. What I was gonna say, y'all. Oh, so this thing. He is not getting bond. Thank you, Lord. Because why would you give him bond? When he knew that this woman was you knew this psycho chick was abusing this kid, was abusing your child. You better not give this monster bond. It's crazy. Insane. So bond is denied, which is good, which it should be denied. Off subject. No. I cooked my food, but I didn't eat though. I'm gonna eat after everything is settled down, and tonight I'll eat. And go visit. Go with your baby. You good, boo? Shit. Cause I know she gets so excited when her son comes to visit her, you know. Thank you though for stopping by, babe. Go spend time with your baby. Hey, Cherish. I'm not gonna be in here long anyway. It's okay, Cherish. I just wanted to give y'all a little another little story about this. Well, not this, but hold on. I could replay the news again. Did you see this story, Cherish? I'll play it. I'll play it again. Let's see. Oh, what's this?
Before we dive in, make sure to press the subscribe button now to stay updated with the latest news. Today, we delve into an unfortunate incident that has left a community in shock and disbelief. We are talking about the tragic death of an 8-year-old girl, Sayra Barro, in Georgia. Sayra's life was cut short in the most horrifying manner, allegedly at the hands of her own parents, Natiela Barro and Claudia Mendez Barro. The initial reports suggest that Sayra was beaten with a wooden rolling pin, not once or twice, but up to 20 times, and was tragically denied medical care. The key players in this heart-wrenching event are Natiela Barro, who was accused of inflicting the fatal blows, and Clyder Mendez Barros, who discovered his daughter in an unresponsive state and
Okay, no, we're not doing that. All right. I'll show it again, babe. She said, I'm not going nowhere. Okay, I'll show it again. It's okay.
Breaking news right now. We're following a disturbing case out of Gwinnett County. This woman, 34-year-old Natalie Barros, is in custody, accused of murder in the death of her 8-year-old stepdaughter. Let's get right out to Atlanta News First reporter Rebecca Schramm. She's live at the Gwinnett County Jail in Lawrenceville. And Rebecca, that woman has just had her first court appearance.
And that hearing, Rick, before a magistrate judge happened inside a small courtroom here at the Gwinnett County Jail. I'm looking through the arrest warrant in the case. And if you have kids in the room, just a warning for you, some of the details are hard to hear.
Ma'am, you have 4 felony charges. Do you know what they are?
Wearing a jailhouse jumpsuit, 34-year-old Natiela Barros faced a judge whose job it is to make sure she understands the charges she faces. She told him she's a stay-at-home mom. He said he's not at liberty to grant bond.
Do you understand that? Do you know what that means for you? You're going to be here for a while.
Gwinnett County investigators believe the murder happened here at this home on Vine Springs Trace near Bethlehem. According to the arrest warrant, detectives believe Barros took a wooden rolling pin and used it to beat her 8-year-old stepdaughter 10 to 20 times, including on the top portion of her neck, and then refused to get medical care for her. She called her husband, who's the girl's father, police tell us. He rushed home, called 911, and attempted CPR on his daughter, but it was too late. Now, his wife, the girl's stepmother, is charged with first-degree child cruelty, aggravated assault, felony murder, and malice murder.
Okay, stop right there. They got this shit effed up. Okay? No. She called the husband and he said, pray over her. She'll be okay. That's what she said when she said she's turning white. And then she called a priest and prayed over her. Then, when he got home, I guess he called 911, but she sure didn't. Right. So the news, this part of the news, I don't know what channel is this one, but they need to get the shit correct. Because he said, my baby, she said she's turning white. And he said, well, just pray over her. She'll be okay. And then she called the priest.
Asked one of the police officers what was going on. He said it was something tragic.
Neighbor Isaac Woods was stunned to see all the police activity across the street Tuesday.
Nice and happy family to me.
Now, Barros could try for bond when the case gets to Superior Court. We have the victim's name, but we're not releasing it until we're certain that the girl's biological mother has been notified.
Oh, yeah.
Live at the Gwinnett County Jail in Lawrenceville, Rebecca Schramm.
I want to get I want to definitely be up on this case. Where's the biological mother? I want to know, where is the biological mother? She's speaking out. What? Hold on, y'all. I want to just see if her biological mother is going to speak out. Probably not. Probably not yet. I don't know. Let me see what y'all saying. She's the stepmother, not even the biological mother. This type of situation, they would have to. I know, Cherish is crazy. Her birth mom has nothing to do with this. The father and his demons are responsible. Yeah, I know. I wanted to see if the birth mother was gonna, has she spoke out on the news or anything. Yeah, I just found out about this case yesterday, I believe it was. I said, let me bring this to y'all. Was it yesterday? The day before. I think it was the day before yesterday. Yeah. My poor baby. I'm telling you, these kids don't. They don't get a chance, man. They just don't get a chance. People are sick. Sick. You take a wooden pen, and it started at breakfast, they said. When I was reading the thing, it said it started at breakfast time. So I'm guessing she might have been, I don't know, didn't eat all her food or something. I don't know. Was eating too slow. I don't know. But she couldn't have been a trouble child. Why y'all beating that baby so bad? Why y'all beating her, period? And even if she was a trouble child, you don't beat a child. Not like that. People don't understand. People's hands are deadly. My mother used to say, my hands is a deadly weapon. No child deserves any of this. Exactly. My mother used to say, I'd rather beat you with a belt than beat you with my hands. Because if I beat you with my hands, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to hurt you real bad. My hands is a deadly weapon. And I don't remember getting beatings like that from my mother when I was little. Like a few times, not much, but in foster care, that's a different story. I stay abused in foster care. But it's just crazy, man. It's crazy. This really bothers me because it reminds me when they said that it happened at breakfast. It reminds me of the times when I was sitting at the table and I couldn't finish all my food, and my foster sister would make me sit there for hours and hours, and I'm talking about freaking hours. And then if it wasn't still finished, she would drag me by my hair and beat the hell out of me. I was like 12, 13. When I was younger, when I was like 5, I lived in a foster home, this black foster mother, and she had cooked chicken. And her chicken was raw. Like, she didn't know what she was doing when she was making some fried chicken. And when I bit into it, now I had went to this foster home because my mother had back surgery. And when your family has some type of surgery and stuff like that, and you in foster care, if you don't have family to take you, you have to go into the system. And I have family that lives down south. So I had to go into the system. And I remember when she gave me the chicken, it was still blood coming out the chicken. And she had other foster kids there. I had to be around 5 or 6. Probably 7, around there. Yeah, probably a little older than 5 or 6, probably like 7. And girl, when I spit the chicken out, she went buck wild. And she grabbed my hair and she stood me over the sink and she made me eat the bloody chicken. And I did not want to eat it. So she took a metal thing and just whipped me and whipped me and whipped me and whipped me and whipped me, put me in the bathroom and tied my hands up on the shower thing so I couldn't get like crazy. And there was other foster kids in that house. I didn't eat for a few days. I had webs all over my back. I had a visit. It was around Christmas time. I had a visit with my mother, right, at the foster agency. I remember Santa Claus was outside going, "What do you want, little girl, for Christmas?" Back in those days, this was in New York City. And I remember saying, "I just want to go home with my mommy." So when we went to the foster agency, right, I was supposed to do a visit with my mother. The lady in the foster care worker, she put me in the back room and I lift up my shirt and you could see the webs all down my back. Webs all down my back. Do you know they still allowed me to go home with that foster mother that day? They didn't remove me, I think, until it was the next day? I don't even think it was the next day. Because I didn't leave out of there until my mother was out the hospital from her back surgery and back home. And I remember my mother telling me that she was telling the doctors, "I don't want to go into no care like facility or not. I want to go home. Something's happening with my baby." My mother wanted to unalive this foster mother when my mother saw my back. They were supposed to remove me out of that foster mother's home. She could have unalived me in that home. She did lose her license. I don't know what happened to the other foster kids. This was so long ago. I was very, very young. But I could never forget that day when she gave me that bloody chicken and made me eat it and I was spitting it out and she beat me like that. No. And then going into the foster care agency when I got a little older and my foster sister was doing the same thing. And she didn't understand, like, don't do this to me. I've been through this before. You know, people don't understand. When you've been in a foster home and you going through another foster home, they don't understand the shit that you've been through. Like, please don't beat me. I'm tired of being beaten. I already been through the beatings before. You know? That's a reflection of what you still have going on with your back? No. No. With my back is from the domestic violence with the ex that I was with a few years ago. when he kept me hostage for those 8 hours and had them damn Timbs on and kicked me multiple times. Yeah. That's why my back is messed up. Yeah, I have a pinched nerve, um, herniated disc, yeah, and some other stuff going on with my back. But no, that's from the domestic violence thing. Yeah, yeah. And the migraines is from probably my doctor said, um, him banging my head on the floor in my house like this, constantly on the floor, banging my head like that. How come my neighbor not hear anything? And he worked at like he was a CO. I asked his girlfriend one day, I was like, did you hear the banging that was next door? She was like, yeah, it was a lot of banging. I was like, that was my head. Next time you hear something, call the cops, please. You could have saved my life if you just would have called 911. I mean, my life was saved, but she could have saved, you know what I'm saying? Like, she could have made a big difference if she just would have called 911. She should have called 911. Jesus. Oh, yeah, there was a lot of banging. The fuck? But yeah, I'll definitely do a story time for y'all. Um, I think I'm gonna do it on my Patreon though, because it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of deep stuff that I'm gonna be revealing. Um, a lot of sexual stuff, a lot of R that happened to me. S. Yeah, yeah. But that's the end of this live. It's not going to be too long today, y'all. I just wanted to give that to y'all. I have some stuff to do for you guys. I want to put some videos together, and I have some families to reach out to. I'm supposed to be doing an interview Friday. I don't know if that's still going to happen. She said she wanted to see if her the investigators that she worked with, if that time was good for them. So I don't know, but if not, we still have so many cases, y'all. So many cases. Maybe we can do a reaction video on something. And I also want to get my celebrity gossip. Thank you, me too. Me too. And a lot of other people are safe on domestic violence, thank God. Some celebrity gossip stuff for you guys too. So since I'm not that tired, I think I'm gonna do that now before I get sleepy. So I will see you guys tomorrow. So far I got 2 uploads for tomorrow. Probably going on the 3rd one. Okay? All right. See you guys tomorrow. Peace. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. Bye. And let's pray for the victim. A little girl. And her family. Her mother's side. Her mother. You know? So, you know what? Before we go, hold on. Let's do this. Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 minute. Don't go nowhere. See, I don't like these candles. They are. I don't know what the fuck is going on. This damn thing. Yeah. It's the other fucking thing. Okay. I just want to just do a prayer for this little girl and for all the victims. Alana, Sierra, just have a moment of prayer for this little girl because she did not deserve this. She didn't ask to come in this world, and she sure did not deserve to get what she got. No child deserves that in any means necessary. No child. So for all the victims that lost their life, for all the children that are going through this, I am so, so sorry. Just have a moment of quiety, meditation, pray to yourself, whatever you believe. Just have that moment for a few, please. Thank you, everyone. Thank y'all so much. Justice Sayra.